The shocking truth behind Catherine de Medici's influence at the French court begins with her arrival in France as a young Italian bride. Born in 1519 to one of the most powerful families in Italy, Catherine de Medici was destined for a life of influence and intrigue. Her marriage to Henry II France was a political alliance intended to strengthen ties between France and Italy, but few could have predicted the profound and lasting impact she would have on the French court and the country itself. Catherine's early years at the French court were anything but easy. As an Italian outsider, she faced suspicion and hostility from the French nobility. Her position was further complicated by the fact that she did not bear children for the first 10 years of her marriage, raising doubts about her ability to secure the future of the Valois dynasty. During this time, Catherine was largely sidelined, her influence limited as her husband Henry II focused his attentions on his mistress, Diane de Poitiers. However, Catherine was patient and observant, learning the intricacies of the French court and the personalities that inhabited it. Catherine's true rise to power began after the tragic death of Henry II in 1559. Her son Francis II ascended to the throne, but he was young and inexperienced, making Catherine the de facto ruler of France. As the Queen Mother, Catherine quickly asserted her influence, navigating the treacherous waters of French politics with skill and determination. Her primary goal was to preserve the Valois dynasty and maintain stability in a country that was increasingly divided along religious lines. The period of Catherine's regency is marked by the Wars of Religion, a series of bloody conflicts between Catholics and Huguenots, French Protestants, that threatened to tear France apart. Catherine's policies during this time were driven by pragmatism rather than ideology. While she was a Catholic, her primary concern was the survival of the monarchy, and she was willing to negotiate with the Huguenots to achieve this goal. This approach earned her both admirers and enemies, with some viewing her as a skilled diplomat and others as a Machiavellian schemer. One of the most controversial aspects of Catherine's influence at the French court was her involvement in the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre in 1572. The massacre, which resulted in the deaths of thousands of Huguenots in Paris and across France, was a turning point in the Wars of Religion. While the extent of Catherine's involvement remains a subject of debate among historians, it is clear that she played a significant role in the events leading up to the massacre. Some argue that she acted out of fear for the safety of her family and the monarchy, while others contend that she was driven by a desire to eliminate the Huguenot threat once and for all. Catherine's influence extended beyond matters of religion and politics. She was a patron of the arts and is credited with introducing Italian Renaissance culture to France. Under her guidance, the French court became a center of cultural innovation, with Catherine commissioning works from artists, architects, and poets. She also played a key role in the development of French cuisine, introducing new ingredients and culinary techniques from Italy. Her influence in these areas helped to shape the cultural identity of France for generations to come. Despite her many accomplishments, Catherine de Medici's legacy is a complex and often controversial one. She has been portrayed as both a devoted mother and a ruthless power broker, a woman who did whatever was necessary to protect her family and her adopted country. Her actions, particularly during the Wars of Religion, have been the subject of intense scrutiny, with some viewing her as a pragmatic ruler who made difficult decisions in a time of crisis, and others as a manipulative figure whose ambition and ruthlessness led to untold suffering. One of the most enduring aspects of Catherine's influence at the French court was her ability to manipulate and control the factions that vied for power. She was a master of courtly intrigue, using marriage alliances, flattery, and deception to keep her enemies in check. Catherine understood the importance of appearances and carefully cultivated her image as a pious and devoted queen mother, while behind the scenes, she worked tirelessly to maintain her grip on power. This duality in her character has made her a fascinating figure for historians and a subject of numerous books, films, and television series. Catherine's influence also extended to her children, particularly her sons who would go on to rule France. Her relationship with her children was complex, marked by both affection and control. Catherine was deeply involved in their upbringing and education, ensuring that they were prepared for the challenges of kingship. However, she was also known to be domineering, often making decisions on their behalf and asserting her authority over them. This dynamic was particularly evident in her relationship with her son Charles IX, who was king during the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. Catherine's influence over Charles was so strong that some contemporaries referred to her as the true ruler of France during his reign. As the Wars of Religion dragged on, Catherine's health began to decline, and her influence at the court started to wane. She remained a key figure in French politics until her death in 1589, but the last years of her life were marked by frustration and disappointment. Her efforts to secure the future of the Valois Valois dynasty ultimately failed, as her last surviving son, Henry III, was assassinated, and the throne passed to the Bourbon dynasty with the accession of Henry IV. Despite this, Catherine's impact on France was profound and lasting, and her legacy continues to be a subject of fascination and debate. Catherine de Medici's story is a testament to the complexities of power and the challenges faced by women in positions of authority. Her ability to navigate the treacherous waters of French politics, maintain her influence at court, and shape the course of French history is a remarkable achievement. However, her legacy is also a reminder of the darker side of power, as her actions during the wars of religion and her role in the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre demonstrate the lengths to which she was willing to go to protect her family's interests. In the century since her death, Catherine de Medici has been the subject of numerous historical studies, each offering a different perspective on her life and legacy. Some have portrayed her as a villain, a Machiavellian figure who manipulated those around her to achieve her goals. Others have sought to rehabilitate her image, emphasizing her intelligence, political acumen, and the difficult circumstances in which she found herself. What is clear is that Catherine was a complex and multifaceted individual, whose influence at the French court was both profound and controversial. The shocking truth behind Catherine de Medici's influence at the French court lies in the combination of her ruthless pragmatism and her deep sense of duty to her family and country. She was a woman who understood the realities of power and was willing to make difficult and often brutal decisions to secure the future of the Valois dynasty. Yet she was also a patron of the arts, a lover of culture, and a mother who cared deeply for her children. This duality in her character is what makes Catherine de Medici one of the most intriguing figures in French history. Her story is not just one of political maneuvering and courtly intrigue, but also one of resilience and adaptability. Catherine's ability to survive and thrive in the male-dominated world of the French court, despite the numerous challenges she faced, is a testament to her strength and determination. She was a woman who defied the expectations of her time, carving out a place for herself in history as one of the most powerful and influential figures of the Renaissance. Catherine's role as a powerful queen and her influence on her sons, including Henry III and Henry IV, have inspired modern feminist movements and the fight for women's rights. Her influence on the French language, including the introduction of Italian words and phrases, has shaped modern French and its global spread. Her diplomatic skills and strategic thinking have influenced modern diplomacy and statecraft, with many leaders studying her tactics and strategies. Her interest in medicine and her patronage of medical professionals led to advancements in medical practices, including the development of modern surgical technique. Catherine's establishment of royal protocol and etiquette, such as the use of formal titles and courtly manners, has shaped modern royal and diplomatic protocol. Her fashion sense and beauty standards, such as the use of cosmetics and wigs, have influenced modern beauty and fashion industry. Her Italian culinary influences introduced new cooking techniques and ingredients to France, shaping modern French cuisine and its global popularity. In conclusion, the shocking truth behind Catherine de Medici's influence at the French court is a story of power, ambition, and survival. It is the story of a woman who, despite being an outsider in a foreign land, rose to become one of the most powerful figures in France. It is the story of a mother who fought to protect her children and ensure the continuation of her dynasty, even at the cost of her own reputation. And it is the story of a ruler who, in the face of immense challenges, left an indelible mark on the history of France. Catherine de Medici's legacy is one of complexity and contradiction, a reflection of the turbulent times in which she lived and the extraordinary life she led. If you enjoyed this epic journey, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling historical tales. Don't miss out on new videos. Hit the notification bell to stay updated.